Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Shelley Kraft coming to you live on SNN Live. We're at the Deal Flow Reverse Merger Conference in Toronto. We're at the Four Seasons, which is got to be the most beautiful hotel in Toronto. Wouldn't you agree, John?
It's a beautiful place.
There you go. We're here with John McCoach, and he's with the TSX and the TSX Venture. And for many of our viewers and readers and you name it, we've always had companies on that are on the exchange, but now we have the exchange. So I'm going to ask him some questions that I've been asked before, and we're going to start out with some background on the TSX. Ladies and gentlemen, John McCoach of the Toronto Stock Exchange.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
And what's your title?
I'm president of the TSX Venture Exchange.
Okay. So give us a little bit of a background on the TSX and then the outgrowth into the TSX Venture.
Well, the Toronto Stock Exchange has been around for 157 years, and it's the senior market in Canada. And in 2002, the Toronto Stock Exchange acquired what was then called the Canadian Venture Exchange, and which is now the TSX Venture Exchange. And we're part of the TMX Group family of the two cash equities exchanges, plus a derivatives market in Canada, energy, data. It's a fully diversified exchange group, like many in the world and many in the United States.
So you're president of the venture.
That's correct.
And we get to meet a lot of them all across the country. And as a matter of fact, all across North America and in some conferences all around the world. So these guys are out there doing exploration and development, a lot of resource companies, eh?
Absolutely, and a great group of people to meet, aren't they?
Oh my God, they're fun to be with.
Yeah. There are a lot of exploration companies, a lot of natural resource companies. In fact, both between the Toronto Stock Exchange and the TSX Venture Exchange, we list 50% of the public resource companies in the world. But we are a very diversified market group as well. On the Venture Exchange, about 60% of the companies are natural resources. The majority on the Toronto Stock Exchange are diversified financials, insurances, and manufacturing, and so on. But and diversified by not only by sector but by country of origin. There's listed companies on our exchange from all over the world.
That's right. And you had some great numbers, if I'm not mistaken. Your exchange has done remarkably well in the past several quarters, correct?
It's been a very good year so far, measured by financings, measured by new listings, measured by trading activity. It's all looking very promising.
I've noticed that when I go to conferences, I'm told that there are something like 1,700 junior mining companies in Canada or thereabouts. Is my number off a little bit?
That's a little bit high. We have about 1,500 natural resource companies listed on both exchanges. There's about 1,000 of those are mining or mineral exploration companies.
Well, let me ask you this. Where do you think the market goes from here in terms of additional listings? Where are they going to come from?
Every indication we've seen so far this year that the trends are very positive. We see the new listings coming, of course, from Canada, but the United States is most of our listings from outside of Canada are from the United States. There's almost 150 companies from the U.S. listed on our markets. We also see China as a very promising source of new listings. We've already been seeing that over the last few years. Australia, Africa, South America are also areas that we think have a lot of promise for our market.
Well, you're stable here, that's for sure.
Politically stable, monetary policies and stuff like that in Canada have been very stable. Our banking industry has shown resilience. Canada is an attractive place to do business right now.
Yeah. And the other thing I wanted to ask you is you talked a little bit about the derivatives market, and how deep are you into the derivatives?
Well, in 2008, we acquired the Bourse de Montréal, which was the derivatives market in Canada. So now we're consolidated cash equities and derivatives in Canada. And we also own 51% of the Boston Options Exchange through that acquisition of Montreal.
See, these are facts that I'm sure not everybody's familiar with. You know, I'm glad to have you on to get these facts out there. How can they find out more about the TSX?
Well, of course, they can go to our website, tmx.com. TMX is our parent company. They can contact any of our offices in Vancouver, Calgary, Montreal, and of course here in Toronto.
Okay, so if there's anything that you need to know You love to get telephone calls, don't you?
I do, actually. I love to talk to prospective new investors and prospective new companies.
And they could just call you through which office is how to reach you?
I'm actually between most of our offices quite often, so somebody will be able to find me.
So this is the frequent flyer miler, John McCoach from TSX, and thank you very much for coming on to SNN Live. It's a pleasure.
My pleasure. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.